Welcome to your nightly learning journey with the calm and curious. Get comfortable wherever you are. Take a deep breath in and out. Tonight, we are going on a gentle journey through the rivers of life that flow within you, your blood and circulation. You do not have to remember any of this. Just let the words wash over you. Let your body slowly relax, feeling the steady pulse of life, the constant flow that sustains every cell, every breath, every moment. Let us begin. Your body contains about 5 liters of blood. That is approximately 1 1/3 gallons. This precious fluid, flowing through every part of you, weighs about 11 pounds, or 5 kilograms. Roughly 8% of your total body weight is blood. Blood is classified as a connective tissue. Though it flows like a liquid, it is technically a tissue, just like bone or muscle. It connects every part of your body, carrying what is needed, removing what is not. A tissue in motion, never still, always serving. Blood is composed of 4 main components: red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. Each has its own purpose. Each is essential. Together, they create the fluid that keeps you alive. Plasma makes up about 55% of your blood volume. This yellowish liquid is mostly water, about 92%. But dissolved in that water are proteins, hormones, nutrients, and waste products. Plasma is the river, and the blood cells are the cargo it carries. Red blood cells make up about 45% of your blood volume. These are the most numerous cells in your body. In a single drop of blood, there are about 5 million red blood cells, millions upon millions, flowing, delivering life. A red blood cell has a unique shape. It is shaped like a disc, with a depression in the center, like a donut without a hole. This shape is called biconcave. It maximizes surface area, allowing the cell to carry more oxygen and to bend and squeeze through the tiniest blood vessels. Red blood cells have no nucleus. Most cells in your body contain a nucleus, the control center with DNA. But mature red blood cells have ejected their nucleus to make more room for hemoglobin. They have sacrificed their ability to reproduce, to serve a single purpose: carrying oxygen. Hemoglobin is the protein that makes blood red. Each red blood cell contains about 270 million molecules of hemoglobin. This protein binds to oxygen in the lungs, carries it through the body, and releases it where it is needed. Without hemoglobin, oxygen could not reach your cells, and life would cease. Hemoglobin contains iron. This is why blood tastes metallic. Each molecule of hemoglobin has 4 iron atoms at its core. These iron atoms bind to oxygen, creating the bond that makes breathing possible. Your body carefully recycles this iron, using it again and again. Oxygen-rich blood is bright red. When hemoglobin carries oxygen, it appears bright scarlet. This is the color of arterial blood, blood that has just left the lungs, saturated with life-giving oxygen, flowing outward. delivering what cells need to burn fuel and create energy. Oxygen-poor blood is darker red. After red blood cells release their oxygen to tissues, the blood appears darker, more maroon. This is venous blood, returning to the heart and lungs, carrying carbon dioxide away, preparing to be refreshed and renewed. Blood is never actually blue. Despite how veins appear through your skin, blood is always red. The illusion of blue comes from how light penetrates and reflects through skin and tissue. Red light penetrates deeper. Blue light reflects back. But the blood itself, in the vein, is dark red. A red blood cell lives for about 120 days, 4 months of service, traveling through your body thousands of times, delivering oxygen with every pass. Then, worn out, it is removed by the spleen or liver, and its components are recycled. Your body produces 2 million red blood cells every second. Every single second, 2 million new cells are born, replacing those that have died. This production happens in your bone marrow, the soft tissue inside your bones, a factory that never sleeps, creating the cells you need to survive. White blood cells are part of your immune system. Unlike red blood cells, white blood cells are not primarily about transport. They are warriors, defenders, protectors. They seek out and destroy bacteria, viruses, and other invaders. They remember threats and mount defenses. Your body's army, always on patrol. There are several types of white blood cells: neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, basophils. Each has a specialized role. Some attack invaders directly. Some produce antibodies. Some clean up debris. Together, they form a complex defense network. White blood cells can leave the bloodstream. Unlike red blood cells, which stay in vessels, white blood cells can squeeze through vessel walls. They can enter tissues, hunt down infections, and fight where they are needed. Mobile defenders, going wherever danger calls. You have far fewer white blood cells than red blood cells. For every 600 to 700 red blood cells, there is only one white blood cell. They are less numerous, but no less important. Quality over quantity. Specialized over abundant. Platelets are cell fragments that help blood clot. They are not complete cells, but pieces of larger cells called megakaryocytes. Tiny, irregularly shaped, circulating constantly, waiting for the moment they are needed. When a blood vessel is damaged, platelets spring into action. They stick to the injured area, change shape, and become sticky. They clump together to form a plug. This is the first step in stopping bleeding. A rapid response to prevent loss of this precious fluid. Platelets release chemicals that trigger clotting. These chemicals activate proteins in the plasma, creating a cascade of reactions. Fibrin threads form, weaving through the platelet plug, creating a mesh. The clot hardens. The bleeding stops. A wound sealed. Healing can begin. A platelet lives for only 8 to 10 days. Their job is specialized and brief. They circulate, ready to respond, and then they are removed and replaced. Your bone marrow produces about 100 billion platelets every day. Blood type is determined by proteins on red blood cells. These proteins are called antigens. If you have A antigens, you are type A. B antigens, type B, both. Type A, B, neither. Type O. These markers, invisible to the naked eye, define your blood's identity. The Rh factor is another blood protein. If you have it, you are Rhe positive. If you lack it, you are Rho negative. About 85% of people are Rhe positive. This factor, like the ABO system, matters for transfusions and pregnancy. Your immune system recognizes your blood type as self. If you receive blood of an incompatible type, your body sees it as foreign. Antibodies attack. Cells clump together. The transfusion can be dangerous. This is why blood typing is critical. Why matches must be exact. Type O. Negative blood is the universal donor. Because it lacks A, B, and Rh antigens, it can be given to anyone in an emergency. The recipient's immune system does not recognize it as foreign. A rare gift. About 7% of people have this type. Type A. B. Positive blood is the universal recipient. Because people with this type have all the antigens, they already recognize A, B, and Rh as self. They can receive any blood type without rejection. The most accommodating type. About 3% of people possess it. Blood carries oxygen from your lungs to your tissues. This is its most famous function. With every breath you take, oxygen enters your lungs, diffuses into your blood, binds to hemoglobin, and is carried away to your brain, your muscles, your organs, delivering what sustains life. Blood also carries carbon dioxide away from your tissues. As your cells burn fuel, they produce carbon dioxide as waste. This gas dissolves in your blood, is carried back to the lungs, and expelled when you exhale. The return journey, removing what the body does not need. Blood transports nutrients from your digestive system. After you eat, nutrients are absorbed in your intestines, pass into your bloodstream, and are delivered throughout your body. Glucose for energy, amino acids for building, fats for storage, food becoming fuel through the medium of blood. Blood removes metabolic waste products. Your cells constantly produce waste as they work. Urea, lactic acid, other byproducts. Blood carries these to the kidneys and liver, where they are filtered and processed. Cleaning, constantly, keeping your internal environment stable. Blood distributes hormones throughout your body. Hormones are chemical messengers, produced by glands, released into the bloodstream. They travel to distant organs, delivering signals, coordinating complex processes. Growth, metabolism, mood, reproduction. all orchestrated through hormones in the blood. Blood helps regulate your body temperature. When you are too hot, blood vessels near the skin expand, allowing heat to radiate away. When you are cold, they constrict, conserving heat, blood flow, constantly adjusting, maintaining the narrow temperature range where your enzymes and cells function best. Blood helps maintain pH balance. Your body functions best at a specific pH, about 7.4, slightly alkaline. Buffers in your blood, especially bicarbonate, neutralize acids and bases, keeping the chemistry of your body stable, despite what you eat or how hard you exercise. Blood helps maintain fluid balance. Proteins in plasma, especially albumin, create osmotic pressure. This pressure helps keep fluid in your blood vessels, preventing it from leaking into tissues. Balance between blood and the spaces around cells, carefully maintained. Your circulatory system is a closed loop. Blood never leaves the vessels, except in injury. It flows in a continuous circuit, from heart to body to heart to lungs and back. A sealed system, endlessly cycling. Approximately 60,000 miles of vessels, all connected. There are 3 types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Each is structured for its specific function. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Veins return blood to the heart. Capillaries connect them and exchange nutrients and waste with tissues. Arteries have thick, muscular walls. They must withstand high pressure, as blood is pushed out by each heartbeat. Their walls are elastic, stretching with each pulse, then recoiling. This elasticity helps maintain blood flow between heartbeats. Strong, flexible, built to last. The largest artery is the aorta. It emerges directly from the left ventricle of your heart. About the diameter of a garden hose, it is the main pipeline. All oxygen-rich blood destined for your body passes through the aorta first, branching and branching, carrying life outward. Arteries branch into smaller arterioles. These are the transition vessels between large arteries and tiny capillaries. Arterioles can constrict or dilate, controlling blood flow to different areas. Need more blood in your muscles during exercise? Arterioles dilate. Need less blood in your skin when cold? They constrict. Constant adjustment, responding to need. Capillaries are the smallest blood vessels, so tiny that red blood cells must pass through single file. Their walls are only 1 cell thick, allowing oxygen, nutrients, and waste to diffuse across. This is where the actual exchange happens. The purpose of circulation, realized in these microscopic vessels. Your body contains about 40 billion capillaries, billions of tiny vessels, weaving through every tissue. If you laid them end to end, they would circle the earth more than twice. The vast network, bringing blood within reach of every cell. Veins carry blood back to the heart. After passing through capillaries, blood collects in venules, then larger veins. The pressure is much lower now, the push from the heart mostly spent. Veins have thinner walls than arteries. They do not need the same strength. Veins contain one-way valves. These valves prevent blood from flowing backward, especially in the legs where gravity works against the return to the heart. The valves open when blood flows toward the heart, close when it tries to flow back. Small flaps, ensuring blood moves in the right direction. Muscle movement helps push blood through veins. When you walk or move, your muscles squeeze the veins, pushing blood upward. Combined with the valves, this muscle pump is essential for venous return. Movement, helping circulation, keeping blood flowing even against gravity. The largest veins are the venae cavae. The superior vena cava collects blood from your upper body, the inferior vena cava from your lower body. Both empty into the right atrium of your heart, the final gathering, before blood is sent to the lungs for renewal. Your heart pumps blood through two circuits: the pulmonary circuit, sending blood to the lungs, and the systemic circuit, sending blood to the rest of your body. Two loops, two purposes, one heart driving both. The right side of your heart handles oxygen-poor blood. Blood returns from the body to the right atrium, flows to the right ventricle, and is pumped to the lungs. A short journey to exchange carbon dioxide for oxygen. The left side of your heart handles oxygen-rich blood. Blood returns from the lungs to the left atrium, flows to the left ventricle, and is pumped to the body. The left ventricle has the thickest walls because it must generate enough pressure to send blood to your toes, your fingertips, the top of your head. Your heart beats about 100,000 times per day. With each beat, it pumps about 70 milliliters of blood. That is about 1/3 of a cup. Multiply that by 100,000 beats, and your heart pumps about 7,000 liters per day. Nearly 2,000 gallons. An astounding workload, performed every day of your life. At rest, blood makes a complete circuit in about 1 minute. From your heart, through your body, back to your heart, through your lungs, and back to your heart again. 60 seconds. During exercise, this can happen in as little as 15 seconds. Circulation speeding up, meeting increased demand. Blood pressure measures the force of blood against vessel walls. When your heart contracts, pressure is highest. This is systolic pressure. When your heart relaxes, pressure drops to its lowest. This is diastolic pressure. These two numbers, expressed as systolic over diastolic, indicate how hard your heart is working. Normal blood pressure is around 120/80. This is measured in millimeters of mercury. 120 during contraction, 80 during relaxation. These values can vary throughout the day, rising with activity or stress, falling during rest or sleep. Your pulse is the wave of pressure from each heartbeat. You can feel it in arteries close to the skin, at your wrist, your neck, your temple. Each pulse is your heart pushing blood forward, the rhythm of life. tangible beneath your fingers. Blood is produced in your bone marrow, the soft, spongy tissue inside certain bones, especially the pelvis, sternum, and femur. Stem cells in the marrow differentiate, becoming red cells, white cells, or platelets. A hidden factory, working constantly, producing about 250 billion red blood cells every day. The hormone erythropoietin regulates red blood cell production. When your kidneys detect low oxygen levels, they release this hormone. It signals the bone marrow, produce more red blood cells. More cells mean more oxygen-carrying capacity. Your body, responding to need, adjusting production. Iron is essential for blood production. Without adequate iron, your body cannot make enough hemoglobin. Red blood cells become small and pale, unable to carry sufficient oxygen. This condition is called anemia. Iron, a critical element, must be obtained from food or supplements. Your body carefully recycles iron from old red blood cells. When the spleen or liver breaks down worn-out red blood cells, the iron is salvaged. It is returned to the bone marrow to be used in new cells. An efficient system, reusing this precious resource, losing only tiny amounts each day. Vitamin B, 12, and folate are also essential for blood production. These vitamins are needed for DNA synthesis in rapidly dividing cells. Without them, red blood cells cannot mature properly. They become large and dysfunctional. Nutrition, directly affecting the blood, the foundation of cellular health. The spleen filters and cleans your blood. As blood flows through the spleen, old or damaged red blood cells are removed. White blood cells patrol for infections. Platelets are stored, ready for emergencies. The spleen is a checkpoint, maintaining blood quality. The liver produces many proteins found in blood plasma. Albumin, which maintains fluid balance. Clotting factors, which help blood coagulate. The liver, working constantly, synthesizing the components that make plasma more than just water. The kidneys filter waste from your blood. About 180 liters of blood pass through your kidneys every day. That is about 47 gallons. Waste products are removed, forming urine. Essential substances are reabsorbed. Clean blood returns to circulation. The kidneys are your tireless purifiers. Blood can carry and deliver drugs and medications. When you take medicine, it enters your bloodstream and is distributed throughout your body. The same system that carries oxygen and nutrients also carries healing compounds, reaching where they are needed through the network of vessels. Blood can also carry toxins and poisons, harmful substances that enter your body, whether ingested, inhaled, or absorbed, often end up in the bloodstream. They can be distributed to organs, causing damage. This is why the liver and kidneys are so important, filtering and neutralizing threats. Blood clotting must be carefully balanced. Too little clotting, and you bleed too easily. Too much, and clots can form where they should not, inside vessels, blocking flow, causing strokes or heart attacks. Your body walks a tightrope between bleeding and clotting, maintaining hemostasis. Anticoagulants are substances that prevent clotting. Your body produces natural anticoagulants to prevent unnecessary clots. Medicines like warfarin or heparin can also thin the blood, sometimes deliberately reducing clotting ability. Protects against more serious problems. Bruises are blood that has leaked from damaged vessels. When you bump something, small blood vessels break. Blood leaks into surrounding tissue. The characteristic colors of a bruise, purple, green, yellow, reflect hemoglobin breaking down over time. The body reabsorbing, healing, restoring wholeness. Blood can become infected. Sepsis occurs when bacteria or other pathogens enter the bloodstream. The infection spreads rapidly throughout the body. The immune system responds, sometimes too aggressively, causing widespread inflammation. A medical emergency. The battle between invader and defender, playing out in the blood. Leukemia is cancer of blood-forming tissues. Abnormal white blood cells are produced, crowding out healthy cells. The bone marrow cannot function properly. Treatment often involves replacing the diseased marrow, giving the body a fresh start. A battle against cells that have lost their programming. Anemia means insufficient red blood cells or hemoglobin. There are many types, each with different causes: iron deficiency, vitamin deficiency, chronic disease, genetic disorders. The result is the same. Tissues do not receive enough oxygen. Fatigue. Weakness. The body struggling with limited fuel. Hemophilia is a genetic disorder affecting blood clotting. People with hemophilia lack certain clotting factors. Even small injuries can lead to prolonged bleeding. Treatment involves replacing the missing factors, giving the blood the tools it needs to seal wounds. Blood transfusions can save lives. When someone loses too much blood or has a blood disorder, they can receive blood from a donor. The donated blood, properly matched, integrates with the recipient's circulation. A gift from stranger to stranger. Life flowing from one person to another. Blood donation is a simple act with profound impact. One donation can save up to 3 lives. Red blood cells, plasma, and platelets can be separated and given to different patients. A voluntary contribution that costs little, but means everything to someone in need. Blood can be stored for future use. Red blood cells can be refrigerated for up to 42 days, platelets for 5 days. Plasma can be frozen for a year or more. Blood banks maintain supplies, ready for emergencies, accidents, surgeries. Forensic science can learn much from blood. The pattern of blood spatter, its location, its chemistry. These tell stories about what happened. Blood typing can identify individuals. DNA in blood cells is unique. Evidence written in crimson. Ancient cultures did not understand blood's function. but they recognized its importance. They saw that losing too much blood meant death. They associated blood with life force, with spirit, with the soul. They were not wrong. Blood is the carrier of life. William Harvey discovered circulation in the 1600s. Before him, people thought blood was consumed by organs. Harvey showed that blood circulates, returning to the heart, flowing in a continuous loop. It was a revolutionary insight that changed medicine forever. The discovery of blood types came in the early 1900s. Karl Landsteiner identified A, B, AB, and O types. This explained why some transfusions succeeded and others failed. A breakthrough that made transfusion safe, that saved countless lives. Blood doping is the practice of increasing red blood cells to enhance performance. Athletes may do this through transfusions or drugs. More red blood cells mean more oxygen delivery, better endurance. But it is dangerous and considered cheating. High altitude triggers increased red blood cell production. Where the air is thin and oxygen scarce, your body adapts. The kidneys sense low oxygen, release erythropoietin, and the bone marrow increases production. More cells to extract more oxygen from every breath. Adaptation to challenging environments. Blood sugar refers to glucose in the bloodstream. This sugar is fuel for your cells, especially your brain. Insulin, a hormone from the pancreas, regulates blood sugar levels. Too high, and damage occurs. Too low, and cells starve. Balance needs to be constantly maintained through hormonal control. Diabetes is a disorder of blood sugar regulation. Either the pancreas does not produce enough insulin, or cells do not respond to it properly. Blood sugar rises, causing long-term damage to vessels, nerves, and organs. Management requires monitoring, medication, lifestyle changes, living with imbalance, working to restore control. Cholesterol travels through blood in particles called lipoproteins. LDL cholesterol is often called bad because high levels increase heart disease risk. HDL cholesterol is good because it helps remove cholesterol from arteries. The balance between them matters more than total cholesterol. Atherosclerosis is the buildup of plaques in arteries. Cholesterol, inflammatory cells, calcium accumulate on vessel walls. The arteries narrow, and blood flow is restricted. This can lead to heart attacks or strokes. A gradual process, often silent, until suddenly critical. Blood can thicken or thin based on hydration. When you are dehydrated, blood becomes more viscous, harder to pump. When well hydrated, it flows more easily. Water, the primary component of plasma, directly affects circulation. Hydration, supporting the flow of life. During pregnancy, a woman's blood volume increases by about 50%. The body produces more plasma and red blood cells to support the growing baby. Circulation must serve two lives. The heart works harder. Vessels expand, adapting to the needs of creation. Newborns have different hemoglobin than adults. Fetal hemoglobin binds oxygen more strongly, allowing the baby to extract oxygen from the mother's blood across the placenta. After birth, fetal hemoglobin is gradually replaced with adult hemoglobin. A transition adapted to changing needs. Blood types may have evolved as protection against disease. Different blood types may offer advantages against certain infections. Type O may protect against severe malaria. Type A may be more susceptible to certain diseases. Genetic diversity, possibly reflecting ancient battles with pathogens. Your blood changes throughout your life. Newborns have high red blood cell counts, which drop after birth. Children have different ranges than adults. In old age, blood production may slow. Age is leaving its mark, even in the invisible rivers within. Exercise improves circulation. Physical activity strengthens the heart, improves vessel elasticity, increases capillary density in muscles. Blood flow becomes more efficient. The benefits of movement extending to every cell through better circulation. Smoking damages blood vessels and decreases oxygen carrying capacity. Toxins in smoke cause vessels to narrow and blood to clot more easily. Carbon monoxide binds to hemoglobin, blocking oxygen. A choice with profound effects on the very system that sustains life. Chronic stress can affect blood health. Stress hormones increase heart rate and blood pressure. Over time, this can damage vessels. Stress may also increase inflammation, affecting how blood cells function. Mind and body connected through chemistry flowing in blood. Sleep affects blood pressure and blood cell production. During deep sleep, blood pressure drops. Growth hormone is released, supporting blood cell production. Inadequate sleep disrupts these processes. Rest is essential not just for the mind, but for the blood itself. Blood tests can reveal much about your health. A complete blood count measures red cells, white cells, and platelets. Metabolic panels check glucose, electrolytes, kidney function. Lipid panels assess cholesterol. A small sample analyzed is telling the story of your inner state. Blood transfusions during war saved countless lives. The ability to store and transport blood to quickly replace what was lost transformed battlefield medicine. Blood banks, developed out of necessity, became a cornerstone of modern healthcare. Innovation was born from urgency. Artificial blood substitutes are being developed. Scientists are working on substances that can carry oxygen, expand blood volume, bridge the gap until transfusion is available. Not yet perfect, but progressing. The dream of synthetic blood, reducing dependence on donors. Blood connects you to every ancestor you have ever had. The iron in your hemoglobin was forged in ancient stars. The DNA in your blood cells carries information passed down through generations. Every breath you take is made possible by this fluid, linking you to billions of years of history. Your blood is unique to you. Your blood type, your DNA, the specific proteins on your cells. No one else has blood exactly like yours. Even identical twins have subtle differences. Uniqueness flowing through your veins, serving as your individual signature. Blood is a living tissue. The cells within it are alive, metabolizing, responding to their environment. Though it flows, it is not merely a liquid. It is part of you, as alive as your muscles, your brain, your heart. Blood has been sacred to humans throughout history, used in rituals, oaths, medicine, art, representing life itself, kinship, sacrifice, covenant. Across cultures and centuries, blood has held deep meaning. Perhaps because, at some level, we have always known how essential it is. Right now, as you listen to these words, your blood is flowing. 5 liters, circulating continuously, delivering oxygen, removing waste, maintaining balance. It is moving through 60,000 miles of vessels. Constant, faithful, sustaining every moment of your existence. Your blood, the river of life, always flowing, keeping you alive. And so we have traveled through the rivers within you, from the tiny red blood cell to the vast network of circulation, from the chemistry of oxygen and iron to the mechanics of the heart's pumping. This is happening in you, right now. This constant flow, this tireless transport, this invisible work that makes every thought, every breath, every heartbeat possible. Rest now. Feel the gentle pulse within. Let your body sink deeper into sleep, grateful for the blood that flows, the circulation that never ceases, the life that courses through you. Sleep well.